Hi, my name is Dina. Welcome to my channel. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. And at the end of the video, if you like what we've created together, please don't forget to push the like button. In today's video, we are going to start to crochet my rainbow sorting ball set. In the first video, we are going to crochet the purple ball and the purple cube. The pattern is simple and very easy to follow, so even if you are a beginner, you can start to crochet with me. But meanwhile, if you have any questions, any doubts, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, or you can send me an email too. And if you crochet with me the ball and the cube and you make a post about it, please don't forget to tag me and use hashtag dinami.creations. And now nothing left, I will show you what are we going to need for today's project. So we need yarn, purple yarn, 2.5 millimeters crochet hook, scissors, and some fiber fill. Let's start to crochet. Let's start with the cube. We make a magic ring. And we crochet 4 single crochets in the magic ring. When we are ready, we close the magic ring and we close the first round with a slip stitch. And now comes the second row. In the second row, we are going to make 3 single crochets in every stitch we made in the first row. At the end of the row, we have to have 12 stitches. And the last stitches. And we are done. You can already see the rectangle shape. And this is very good because this is what we wanted to have actually. Now we will apply our stitch marker and we start with the third row. In this row we are going to make a single crochet. In the corner we are going to crochet 3 single crochets in the same stitch. The third one. In the next 2 stitches we crochet 1 single crochet and we repeat these patterns another 2 times. 3 single crochets in the same stitch in the corner and then 2 stitches. And now another corner is coming, so we make 3 single crochets in the same stitch. And the third one, and we are left with 1 single crochet and we reach our stitch marker. In the next row we are going to crochet 2 single crochets in the first 2 stitches and in the corner 3 single crochets in the same stitch and the third one. Then 4 single crochets in the next 4 stitches. Three and 4. And this pattern, 3 single crochets in the corner and then 4 stitches in the next 4 stitches. We will repeat 2 times and then we stop. And when we are done, 3 single crochets in the corner again, the third one, and now 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. And we are done. And we have the beautiful rectangle shape already. In the next row, normally this is the top of a stitch with 2 loops on the hook. Now we are only going to crochet in the back loops. So you go around only in the back loops and you crochet 28 back loop stitches. And the last stitch, and we are done. In the next 8 rows, we are going to crochet 28 stitches around. So if we are done with all the rows, we start to crochet in the back loops again. This is the top of a normal stitch. We only crochet in the back loops and we go around. We will crochet 2 back loop stitches in the first 2 stitches. And for the next steps you won't like me, because the same way as when we were making our increases, we have to make our decrease now. So from 3 stitches we have to make 1, and we will only work in the back loops. There are the 3 increase stitches, and now we are going to crochet the decrease from 3 stitches. We use only the back loops. It's a little bit tricky. That's why I changed my hook to 2 millimeters crochet hook, and I start to pull over the yarn. It's not easy, but we don't have to repeat it only 4 times and we will be done with it. We can do it. If you push your crochet hook a little bit, so you make the loops bigger, it's going to be easier. And it's working for me too. And we are done. And when we are done, I change my crochet hook again. You can make the decrease with the 2.5 millimeters too. Just for me, with my very tight stitches, is not easy with the 2.5 millimeters. That's why I cheat a little bit with the 2 millimeters crochet hook. Now we start to crochet. We make in the back loops 4 stitches. And the 4th, and we reach the corner again. So from 3 stitches we have to make 1. I bring my 2 millimeters crochet hook and I finish my decrease. Okay, I'm done. I change back my hook and I make 4 single crochets in the next 4 stitches, only in the back loops. And the third corner is coming from 3 stitches. We make 1. I push the crochet hook inside. and I pull my yarn. Done. So I change back my crochet hook to 2.5 millimeters and I make 4 single crochets only in the back loops in the next 4 stitches. Okay, and the last decrease, 1, 2, 3 back loops, and we finish the decrease. And we are left with 2 back loop stitches, 1 and 2. We are done. Very good job. We start to crochet in the normal stitches again. First 1 single crochet, then decrease of the next 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and we make 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches, and then we are going to repeat this pattern another 2 times, decrease in the corner and then 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. This is how it looks. And before we finish the last decrease of the row, we are going to stuff our cube. And when we feel we put enough stuffing inside, we start to shape our cube. We will push the stuffing into the corners and into the edges. This is how we give shape to our cube. Push it to the edges. Well done. And in the corners, very well. And you can already see the beautiful quadratic shape already. We arrange our stuffings at the top of our cube too. And we finish crocheting. Be careful, you can't stuff it until it's hard because then it will lose its shape. So you have to find really the right amount of stuffing inside, which gives it a nice shape, but not a round ball shape. And now comes the last decrease of the row, 3. Decrease of 3 stitches. And a single crochet in the last stitch right before the stitch marker. Well done. And now we have 12 stitches around. It means that this is the last row. And as when we started to crochet our cube, we are going to make decrease of 3 stitches 4 times. And we are done. You can cut your yarn, leave a tail, 12 centimeters approximately, because we have to finish off our last row, and I'm going to show you a trick. You can remove your stitch marker and shape your cube a little bit. Very nice job. And to finish off the last row, we are going to need a needle. So if you have your needle, then we are going to fasten off the last row. We are going to use the front loops of the last row, all the 4 loops. We push our yarn inside, 3 and 4, and we pull the yarn until the hole closes. Don't cut your yarn, push it in the middle of your cube, pull it on the upside of the cube, and through the middle, push your yarn down again. It helps you to keep the shape of the cube. Don't pull it very hard because we don't want to create holes. We just want the cube to keep its shape. And now when we are done with it, we can fasten off the yarn and we are ready with the cube. And now comes the purple ball. We make a magic ring, but we leave a little bit longer yarn at the end. And we crochet 6 single crochets in the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one 6. We close the magic ring and we close the row with a slip stitch. And the first row is ready. In the second row we are going to make 6 increases around. At the end of the row we have to have 12 stitches. We are done. I place my stitch marker and we continue with the third row. We are going to crochet 1 single crochet in the first stitch and an increase in the second one. We repeat this pattern 6 times. In the next row we are going to make 2 single crochets in the first 2 stitches and an increase in the third stitch. We repeat this pattern 6 times. In the next row we are going to make 3 single crochets in the first 3 stitches and an increase in the fourth stitch. We repeat this pattern 6 times. At the end of the row we have to have 30 stitches. In the next row, we are going to make 4 single crochets in the first 4 stitches, 2, 3 and 4, and an increase in the 5th stitch. We repeat this pattern 6 times. At the end of the row, we have to have 36 stitches. All done. In the next row, we are going to make 5 single crochets in the first 5 stitches and an increase in the 6th stitch. We repeat this pattern 6 times. At the end of the row, we have to have 42 stitches. In the next row, we are going to make 6 single crochets in the first 6 stitches and an increase in the 7th stitch. We repeat this pattern 6 times. At the end of the row, we have to have 48 stitches. In the next row, we are going to make 7 single crochets in the first 7 stitches and an increase in the 8th stitch. We repeat this pattern 6 times. At the end of the row, we have to have 54 stitches. Okay, well done. In the next row, we are going to crochet only in the back loops. Crochet around, and at the end of the row you have to have 54 stitches. Okay, and the last back loop stitches. And when we are done, we are going to crochet 54 stitches for the next 9 rows. So in each row, 54 stitches. So the 9 rows are done. The next row is going to be the last row. We would like our ball to be a little bit more stable. So in the last row, we are not going to crochet forward, but backwards. We turn our ball and simply we start to crochet backwards. We skip the first stitch. We start to crochet from the second one. The same single crochets as usually, just we are going backwards. Okay, the last stitch, and then in the first stitch you are going to make a slip stitch. You connect the first and the last stitch with a slip stitch, and we are all done. You cut the yarn, you fasten off your yarn, remove the stitch marker, and fasten off this yarn in the middle and on the top of the ball too. The way I do it, I pull it inside with a crochet hook, then in the next stitch I pull it out. Pull it in and out. Also in the middle, fasten up. With the help of a needle or with your crochet hook, you can do it very simply. So we are ready with the first part of our rainbow sorting ball set. The purple ball and the purple cube are ready. I hope you like your result. Next week, we are going to crochet the blue ball with 2 blue drops. So we are going to need blue yarn. On my Instagram, you can find my sorting ball set in different colors. And you can find more information about the set, like for who do I recommend it, how can we use properly the sorting ball set. So if you are interested, just have a look at in my Instagram account. I hope I will see you next week too. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.